Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode from the Paperhats Survival Multiplayer server. My name is Glitch. Well, today is the day that I am going to get started on actually trying to, how do I say this, become a home decorator? Now, to be perfectly honest, that scares the daylights out of me because I think you've noticed over time that my builds tend to be kind of Spartan in their texture. Partially because I just have always felt like I'm not that talented when it comes to interior design. But I want to try and rectify that and change my ways and be a little more decorative. So I've been kind of busy off camera working on ideas for how to spruce this place up a bit. Now, one of the things I decided would be probably best to start with is getting my halls in place so that I have kind of the basic layout of the mansion. So I've spent a good bit of time off camera just kind of playing around with designs for the hallways. And if anybody notices, by the way, yes, I am completely aware that these don't match. Um, Being honest, I'm trying to decide which one I like better because I do like the look of the fence gates. I mean, fence posts. But also, ever since they added the chains, I just have thought about adding those as well. Um, but for this hall, I decided to just leave it kind of empty at this moment. I want to leave room for decorations down the hall, and also as I decide where to put what room. Have decided that I'm going to leave this bee farm here, and that that just oh no, I just realized this doorway is off center. Uh, All right, I will fix that later. I do still need to also put an entrance down here and move discount Dave. Um, but nonetheless, um, yeah, I'm gonna leave these guys here and let them do their work and keep producing honey. Moving down the hall, like I said, I want to put in the doorways and entrances. This side's going to have to pretty much stay the same because I've got the bamboo farm behind this wall, and I've got the sugar bamboo behind the two walls here, leaving right here for a little bit of an entrance. I also have spent some time kind of brainstorming some of the things I want here, and I figured a good signboard might help me to keep things a bit more organized. So, I definitely need to at some point get a bedroom for me. I do already have my storage and my essential farms. Um, I do want a potions lab and an enchanting room. I, you know, I, I know we have them at spawn, but there's just something about a Minecraft house that just doesn't seem complete without it. I also want to try and do a greenhouse and an apiary. Back in season 2, I made a honeycomb farm and kind of formed in an area where the bees could kind of free roam, and I don't know, I kind of really like that. So I thought about putting that something like that back in. Do want to do an armory of some sort. I Having taken over Super's base, I wound up inheriting the last two armor trims I needed, so I now have a full set. So I thought it would be really great to do some kind of a display with all the armors in the game. And among other things, I'll get to that as time goes on. I'm definitely going to need a treasure room and or a vault, just because. Well, I mean, just because it's it's a Minecraft home. You got to store your stuff somehow. Um, I do want to put in some kind of a secret passage just for the fun of doing it. I want somewhere around here to, to borrow from something I read once. Just once, I want to take a book off a shelf and have it reveal a secret passage just because it's cool. Last up, I really kind of want to come up with some kind of a game room or a practice room. That is very much in development. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's something that I've kind of decided I really want to do. Now, while this hallway has, I feel, a lot of potential, it does have the problem that, yeah, presently it's the only extra walls in the base. So I think it's time to, get the rest of the walls up. So, let's get this started. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I'm realizing as this project goes along that I am going to need a ton of stone to make this place happen. In fact, in the interim of doing the time lapse, I actually had to take a break and do a mining session just to gather more. Thankfully, I could buy a beacon at Mr. Gold's shop and obliterate a few hills. But yeah, this project's turning out to be just as big, if not bigger, than Platform 88. Now, one problem I do have is, unlike last season when I built Platform 88, I could farm a lot of the materials, like just plant a whole bunch of trees to get the wood for it, and I had a wool farm for the balloons for last season. But this season, I'm finding I'm going to have to do a lot of mining and resource gathering, which I don't mind. It's just it takes extra time. I've been trying to also work on, once I've got the walls up, we now have this hallway set up and this hallway set up. I'm leaving this open for the moment because I'm kind of debating on making this kind of a more open concept of a foyer. I also wanted to start kind of playing around with designs for a staircase. Right now, I've just put in some pathing blocks here, just so that I could get a scope of where I wanted my central staircase to be. So these can be replaced later on. I do have to confess that I made a bit of a blunder. Um, when I did the storage system in the farming room, I made everything one block lower, and then I set the halls up here at this level. The issue there is the fact that unless I want my hallways to have this kind of odd pattern, I'm going to have to raise everything up by one level. Now, thankfully, bamboo is pretty cheap to farm, so I crafted up a whole bunch of slabs and placed them down so we could even things out. And then as time goes on, I'll probably add in one more layer of flooring and make it just a thicker floor. Another project I started on was, well, I started working to age every scrap of copper I have. I will be honest, I am not intending to do a full copper roof for this place, but I figured it might look good for the trim. I do have to say, though, I always tend to forget just how long this stuff can take to age. Because I've got this pile over here, that pile over there. I've got more in a shulker box. But yeah, this stuff just takes forever. Now, I am working on kind of a pencil and paper sketch of the different rooms I want to do. I'm starting to toy with the idea of putting the armory here in the middle. And also, I think that the game room is going to wind up over here. I want to leave this very open. I've got one or two ideas of what I want to put in here, and it's going to require a good bit of space. For now, though it is really good to work on builds and watch copper age, I do have to mention that, well, I have another little project on the side that kind of grabbed my attention. You see, one of the Paperhats started a banner shop, and they are working to get all the banners. Now, someone donated some skulls so we can have the skull charge, and a lot of the other ones are either buyable or craftable. There is one, however, that, well, it takes a lot more work. And let's just say I feel like I have a particular set of skills for obtaining this particular pattern. So I volunteer to work on this and try and get the creeper banner once again. So while I continue to build and work on the project from here, I guess it's time to also be on the lookout for a storm. Or maybe I can just bring the storm to me by using the newly constructed Thunder Shrine over here by my raid farm. Now, I used one of these last season and had a lot of fun with it, but first off, I do need a few more materials to make this work. So I guess it's time for a little shopping. So that brings me over here to Mr. Gold's Beacon Shop in the shopping district. And yeah, he's definitely got the materials I need. So let's come on in, and it's 3 skulls for 1 diamond block, so 1, 2, 3, 6. That should be enough. And, well, that takes care of the shopping. Now, I think it's time for a little chopping. Do 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 do. Yay. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Back off because of the explosion at the start. There we go. All right. And here we go with the chopping. Okay, that takes care of that. I'll probably do one more just to make sure that I have a spare nether star, but that takes care of the chopping. Now it's time for the the Okay, I've got to admit it. I really wanted to do a joke there where I was going to use a word that meant planning, but also rhymed with both shopping and chopping. But yeah, after racking my brain for a little while, I'm gonna have to admit it. I've got nothing. That being said, I do have a little bit of preparing and planning to do for the actual storm. One of the things I wanted to do was basically make sure I have a safe place to be. I've got those 2 trees right there that I can land on and take pot shots at the creepers to hopefully get some charged creepers. And I also set up an extra platform over there that's outside of the spawn radius for this area here. Figured I'd also set up a couple of 9x9 platforms. They're 2 blocks high, and I'm going to put trapdoors under them. That should hopefully encourage creeper spawns because only a creeper or a spider or possibly a baby zombie would be able to spawn under that. Beyond that, I'm gonna kind of clear out this area and make sure that I've got kind of even terrain. So let me go ahead and get that all set up, and I will be right back. I'm coming to realize that apparently being right back is a little more of a subjective term. You see, it's actually been several months since that last clip, and well, in the interim, a couple of things have changed. One of them being that we here on Paperhats have updated to Minecraft version 1.21. And while I was very prepared with my shopping and then my chopping and my preparing, or the getting things set up, and I was all set to do the dropping of putting the Nether Star on the Thunderstrike, yeah, apparently this version broke the mod. So, well, I guess that's why I find myself standing on a glass platform at build height, holding a fully repaired trident in my hand. Because my understanding is that this is a separate mod that will do the same thing as the Thunder Shrine, but yeah, here's where we are. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Guess it's time. So straight up in the air, and can I get a storm? Please. Whoa. All right. Time to gear up, grab my actual trident, and let's do this thing. Okay, so the other thing I gotta do is quick get a totem in my offhand. And let's see if we can get ourselves a charged creeper. All right, here's a likely candidate right over here. Let's go ahead and what would be bad is to have a spare. Anybody else around? Don't want to get too far. Now let's try. Nope, missed. The biggest challenge is going to be actually getting to the creepers without them despawning. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and draw this guy over here. Hey you. Hey you. Come here. Yeah, we're going to make a big mud. Okay, everybody. We're into a lot of kindness and fellowship, so you know what? Let's have a ginormous hug. Oh, that made a mess. And I can't see if I got a head, so let's get over here and okay, that's got that. And well, got a zombie head. But no creepers. Okay, so let's go with round 2. Come back out here beyond spawn radius and see if we can get anybody to spawn. That way. Okay, there's another one. I'm gonna try my platform here. Boop. Okay, where'd that creeper go? Okay, I'm going to need a second one, so. Ooh. See 2 of them standing right there. Let's go ahead and despawn. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Hi, you. Yeah, come here. Come here. Ow. Ow. Come here. Yeah, come here, boys. Hey, you. Go away. Okay, now, see if I can lure these 2 away. And I need the charge creeper to blow up first. So, come on. Oh! That wasn't smart. Right. Backup plan. Let's hope I can get my stuff back. Did I have a helmet in there? Yeah. Here's a vanishing. Just what I need. Okay. And let's despawn a few of those guys. Alright, let's see if anything is left of my stuff. Oh! Sweet! Oh, there's so much stuff everywhere here. Okay. Oh, there's my bed. And my rockets. Alright. But Creeper Head is acquired. Alright. And wow, that looks familiar. Well, the last thing I need to do is, I guess, a little more dropping in the shopping district. Because now that I have a creeper head, I made the creeper pattern, and it's time to stop off here at Ye Old Banners and deliver the newest pattern for the collection. And you know what? I have to say, I've always loved banner patterns in Minecraft. It's just one of the fun aspects of the game. And I also have a couple that I want to do for the holiday season that do require this pattern. So let's go ahead and I'll drop it off there and creeper charge. Went ahead and made one and boom. Well, it sure made a mess of that field, and for a moment I thought it'd cost me some of my stuff. But I got to admit it, that was a ton of fun. But now that the creeper pattern is dropped off here at the banner shop, it's time to stop procrastinating and buckle down and get to work on completing my house. So I think my next step is to get the walls up on the second floor and maybe set up a bit of an armory so that my stuff is not just crammed into a shulker box, but actually has an organized place to be and perhaps a little bit of a decorative place to be. But that's going to have to wait till next time. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And also consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. My name is Glitch, and I do hope I'll see you next time for the next episode on the Paperhats Survival Multiplayer server. Thanks for watching.